Hello. So today we're going to talk about video games murdering your child. What? Video games are murdering my child? Yes, video games are murdering your child. What does that mean? I'm a former video game addict. I can tell you, video games are a complete waste of life and soul and energy. Why? Now, some people may say hand-eye coordination. There's other things that you can use in order to utilize hand-eye coordination that teach a child a lot more than video games. So, that argument is out the door. That's the argument the parents used in the 80s to justify their child crying. I want a Nintendo! Hand-eye coordination. And then we move from, the secret, visualization. You know, you see that on the screen and you bring it to your life. Well, a lot of these kids are shooting other people. Say, do you want your child shooting other people? So all those elements. Now they say, well, it doesn't bring out violence. I was like, well, look at the state of the world. These children are being taught magic. It's called a secret. They're seeing violence, so they're drawing violence into the world. That's how it works. They don't necessarily need to hold a gun. They just need to inspire the energy to summon onto someone else. So that's how that works. So I spent a lot of my time playing video games. One time that I remember, I spent 24 hours without eating. I might have drank. I definitely peed. I paused it to pee. I wasn't that gross. And, the other one. But 24 hours without eating, trying to get it. Now, this was a dungeon where you got down there, and if you died, you went all the way back up to the beginning, and you had to start all over again. So it was just going, ba, 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 ba. And that's in a screen in an alternate reality that has nothing to do with me and is just created to waste my time. But in my reality, I'm going like this. How insane is it to let your child go like this for hours? If there was no screen, if your child was just going like this, you would take him to a therapist. You would take him to a psychiatrist. You would immediately fear that something seriously was wrong with your child. But when you put the context of the television, you're like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's the TV. The TV's fine. I trust the TV. The TV has been there for my entire life. It's fine. It's the TV. It's the screen. It's cool. So, and then you bring in the element of the internet. The internet and the information and various different elements being overwhelmed into your child, from various different sources. And then you got the Momo thing, and people deliberately trying to go after your child to kill himself or herself. So you got all those. So what do I say about video games? No bueno. No bueno. If I had a child, and I do, all of you, I tell you, I would rip out all the video games and say, no. I would do what my mother did back in the day. Took a scissors and cut the cord while the TV was still on. My mother meant business. My mother's, I love my mother's. My mother's is just, the fiercest woman in the land, in all of realities. My mother's an absolute hero. She had to be in order to raise this. Who else could put up with the Messiah? My mother's. But of course, and there was there was a lot of joy in playing video games and playing. I'm not denying in all elements of both dark and light. There's a little bit of dark and a little bit of light. So it's a grayscale, but ultimately, in my advice for you, as someone who has been there, done that, no bueno, because you're attracting that energy. And some people are like, well, I just watch the playthroughs while I do other stuff like me. No bueno either, because you're still wasting your time. You could be learning French, you could be learning, the most recently, Plants vs. Zombies has been like, trying to inch up there. And you get into this whole like, well, it's a strategy game and I'm learning and I'm playing with other people. I was like, you could be playing chess or you could be doing something. You could create a project with somebody else, and that's a form of strategy, where you have an idea for a project that you can sell or you can give to a nonprofit organization or a particular task for joy. All those things teach strategy and community in the active sense. That's why even chess, I question. I'm like, it just, you know what I mean? Kind of thinking that, Scrabble, that's kicking it up a notch. But I'm rambling. What do you think? Video games, bueno, no bueno? in the YouTube era, and I see so many playthroughs, and it seems like men, women, parents, child, everybody. But just know as a parent, if you're playing video games or if you're making video games, you're helping that child waste their life and utilize their secret powers to attract whatever it is that you're putting out on the screen. I know that's difficult to swallow. There's some beautiful, wonderful people that do playthroughs, and there's such great joy that I get from watching them. But there's got to be a certain level of transformation within the video game industry into something more. We got to grow as a society. So, what do you think? That's my thoughts for today. I want to wish you all, though, whether you love video games or not love video games, and you think, like, what is he talking about? Or do you agree, disagree? I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful eternity.